In this video, we will look at some of the best ways to help you improve your speaking skills. So, let's begin. The first way to help you improve your speaking skills for the IELTS speaking exam is to find a speaking partner who you can practice with on a regular basis. Now, you can find speaking partners both online and offline. Now, online, there are many websites that will help you find your ideal speaking partner. I will leave some of the best links in the description below. However, although there are some great websites out there, in my opinion, the best person to find to practice speaking with is somebody that you know in real life. Now, this can be somebody that you know who is also preparing for the IELTS exam. It can be a friend. It can be somebody at university or somebody that you work with. But if you are looking for the perfect speaking partner, the best person that you can practice with is somebody that is either on the same level of English as you or somebody who is a little bit higher. That means the English is a little bit better than yours. Now, the reason why you want to practice with somebody at the same level or even better than you is because if you make a mistake, then they can correct you. Also, you will be able to learn from these people. If, however, you practice with somebody whose English is not as good as yours, you might make a mistake and they may not correct you because they won't know that it's a mistake. That's why it's best to speak to somebody whose English is better than yours. But again, if you don't know anybody in real life, make sure to check out the links in the description below, which will help you find a speaking partner online. Another way that will help you improve your speaking skills is to record yourself when speaking. Now, there are two ways you can do this. The first is by making an audio recording, so you can use your mobile phone just to record your voice, or you can make a video recording with your phone. Step 1. Find yourself some practice IELTS speaking questions. Step 2. Press the record button on your phone and record yourself answering these questions. Then, step 3. Once you've finished answering all the questions, turn the record button off and go back and listen to yourself speaking. Now, when you're listening to the audio, what you want to be doing is looking out for any mistakes. So a lot of the time when we speak, we might make mistakes, but we might not know that we're making these mistakes. So when you go back and listen to the audio, you might actually catch some mistakes that you didn't know that you was making. For example, many people stutter when they speak, but don't realize that they're doing it. So for instance, if you're speaking about sports, you might say something like, my favorite sport is football, and my favorite team is my favorite team is my favorite team is Manchester United. Can you see those ers and ahs? This is called stuttering. So what we want to do is look out for any mistakes like this. There can be other mistakes as well that you might find, but any mistakes that you do find, what you want to do is make a note of them. That way, when you practice again, you can make sure that you avoid making these mistakes. Now, before we move on to the next tip, if there's any tips that you've used that have improved your speaking, please put them in the comment section below so other people can benefit from them too. Now, another tip is to read out newspapers loud. By doing this, you will, number 1, improve your speaking fluency, and number 2, you will learn lots of new vocabulary because you might be saying words that you've never heard of before. And if this is the case, you can just do a quick Google to find the definition of these new words. Now, if you're new to the English language and you struggle to read, don't worry, there are many websites out there that can help you. For example, there are some websites that have newspaper articles, and if you press the play button, they will read them out to you. So that way you can follow the text and hear the audio at the same time. Okay, now this next tip is my favorite tip because it is extremely fun. So what you want to do here is listen to the English language. And you can do this by listening to the radio, listening to the weather forecast, or you can even watch movies on Netflix and YouTube. And the benefit of this is that you will be able to learn how to pronounce words, and more importantly, you will learn again lots of new vocabulary. Now, if you want to take your learning to the next level, what you can do is just press the subtitles button on whilst you're watching your favorite TV show on Netflix. This will further improve your speaking skills. Now, if you're looking for recommendations of what to watch on TV or Netflix, my personal recommendation would be to watch something that's easy to understand, for example, Friends, or you can even go on YouTube and search for past IELTS speaking exams and watch how the actual exam is carried out. Oh, and also this tip is great for you if you cannot find a speaking partner to practice with. Now, the fifth tip is to practice speaking English daily. To improve your English speaking, it is very important for you to practice on a daily basis, especially if you are a beginner. Now, the more practice you get, the better developed your English language speaking skills will become. Now, once you have enough experience of speaking English, then at that moment you don't need to practice every day. You can spread your learning out. Maybe you can practice once every 2 days and then once every 3 days, and you get the idea. However, my personal recommendation is that keep doing this up until you've booked your IELTS exam. Now, once you've booked your IELTS speaking exam, you want to go back to the habit of practicing speaking on a daily basis. Now, the final point to make sure that you improve your English language speaking skills is to reduce the amount of stress that you take. So, one thing that I like to do to help me reduce my stress levels is just go for a walk. Now, this just helps me relax and calm down. So you can try this, or you can try something else that helps you reduce your stress levels. For example, going to the gym or even meeting up with your friends. It's very important to manage your stress levels, especially when you've booked your IELTS exam, because it will be very difficult for you to study well if your stress levels are high. That's why we want to minimize our stress levels. Now, if you liked this video, you will definitely want to check out this video on the screen where I share some of the best ways to improve your listening skills. Don't forget to hit that like button, share the video and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.